Hi everyone, I'm Renee and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my lemon poppy seed cake recipe, and I'll show you an easy way to decorate it for a beautiful spring dessert. To get started, we'll first mix the dry ingredients. Here I have 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'll have all the ingredients listed in the description box along with metric measurements. Just give the dry ingredients a whisk to thoroughly combine them and set this aside. In a large mixing bowl, add 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar and the zest of 2 lemons. I've also juiced those 2 lemons and set the juice aside for later. I'm going to rub the lemon zest into the sugar, which will help distribute the lemon oils that's in the zest and give it a nice light lemon flavor throughout the cake. Now add 6 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter and 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Now beat the ingredients on medium speed until they come together as a nice light and smooth mixture. You'll see it starts off grainy like wet sand, but keep mixing for about 5 minutes until you see it ends up as a light colored batter-like consistency. Now add 1/4 cup of the lemon juice from the 2 lemons and reserve the remainder for the glaze later on. And add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, or you could substitute for lemon extract if you would like a stronger lemon cake flavor, and just beat these in until they are well combined. Next, beat in 2 large eggs, one at a time. Now alternate adding the dry ingredients with 1 cup of buttermilk until all of the ingredients are combined. If you don't have buttermilk on hand, you can make your own by adding 1 tablespoon of white vinegar to the measuring cup and topping it off with whole milk until it measures 1 cup. Let it stand until the mixture is thickened, and then you can use it in your recipe. Make sure you're mixing on low until the ingredients are just combined. Then give the bowl a good scrape down with a rubber spatula and sprinkle on about 2 tablespoons to 1/4 cup of poppy seeds. I use about 2 tablespoons in this batch, but it's up to you what your preference is, and just fold the seeds into the batter. Then spoon the batter into your greased bundt pan. I like to use baking spray with flour in it. And just smooth the batter into the pan so that you have a nice level surface. Now bake in a 350-degree preheated oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out clean. Just let the cake cool in the pan on a cooling rack for about 15 minutes, then invert it onto your serving plate to let it cool completely. Now we'll make an easy lemony glaze. Here I have 1 cup of powdered sugar and the reserved lemon juice, and I'm just going to add a couple of teaspoons at a time until I get a nice smooth ribbony consistency. I ended up using about 4 or 5 teaspoons for this batch. Now just pour the icing over the cooled cake, spreading it out a little bit so that it makes nice drips down the side. Then just let the icing set up so it hardens. The cake is great as is, but I'm going to dress it up for spring with my Russian piping tips. Here in this tulip shape, I have 2 tones of yellow. In this one, I have a light purple on the outside and yellow on the center. In this rose shape, I have a light pink with a darker pink in the middle. And to see this technique for getting the darker tone in the center, you can check out my rose cupcake tutorial, which I will have linked below. Now I'm just going to use my tips to add little flowers all around the top of the cake. I'm really loving these Russian piping tips. I'll have a link below to the set that I purchased from Amazon. As you can see, just even from this video, it takes a bit of practice to get the knack for the speed and pressure to use, but they really are a great way to make a quick and easy but really pretty decoration to a cake. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do a video on these Russian piping tips showing different types of buttercream and different consistencies, and if you have any questions you'd like answered. So far, I've only used American buttercream with these, and that's what I'm using here. I will have a link to the recipe that I like to use in the description box, but let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to put together a video about them. And I'll just finish things off with some leaves made with green buttercream and my Wilton 352 leaf tip. This recipe is a really delicious, light, and refreshing lemon cake, and decorated like this, as easy as it was, it makes a great presentation for Easter, Mother's Day, or any springtime get-together. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos.